This is Anthony with Pro Dealer Secrets, and today I've got a video for you guys that is going to cover 3 ways that you can add $1,000 in value to your flip with minimal work. I mean, we're talking just a few minutes to less than an hour's worth of work, and your car is going to look better than 99% of the competing vehicles. And especially under the $4,000, $5,000 price range, this is going to make a huge difference. So number one, we're going to talk about hubcaps. This may seem obvious to some and some it doesn't. Now, how can you take a sketchy looking car to pretty professional? And, this is the same car. Of course, the pictures and staging helps, but we'll get to that. That's free. A $40, $50 pair of hubcaps from O'Reilly's or even OEM, the salvage yard, maybe cheaper, is going to make a huge difference. So you've got almost a 3-step process. Add some hubcaps, clean it up, and take good pictures. Like, obviously, this is a manufacturer picture, but this just shows you this is the same car, and you go from a piece of shit that's worth $1,500 to a $2,000, $2,500 car that's professional, to if you can stage your pictures very professionally. I'll show you a few examples here. I mean, with the right lighting, the right camera, I mean, your car is going to look way better than just some run-of-the-mill piece of shit. Like, here we go, right here. That's a nice looking car. You can go from this to this in less than an hour, going to buy your hubcaps, whatever. So that's the easiest one. We use that all the time. We never sell a car with steel wheels because it just looks sketchy. Look at that. I mean, some people like the look, but typically most people don't. All right, so number two is going to be tire shine. Also sounds obvious, but some people have this weird thing against tire shine that they think it's kind of like a gimmick. It's like something sketchy. It's not. I mean, it makes the car look nice. And I'll give you a few examples. This is the kind we use right here. It just sprays onto the tires. It works great. It stays around. So we've got a '05 Accord. We've also got one for sale here at the dealership. So other than the pictures being complete shit, look how just dull it looks compared to this one. Same year, same color. The tires have a deep black shine. And that's a psychological thing. And, it definitely makes an effect on people's first impressions, whether they realize it or not. Of course, this, and what's funny, this one has a lot lower miles, 131,000. Ours has 190, but we are actually asking a higher price, 45, than they are for theirs with lower miles. And we'll probably get it. I mean, we'll get 4,000 to 42 out of this car. And they still haven't sold theirs after a month on the market. And I guarantee you it's because they have shitty pictures and terrible presentation. A flipper could easily probably get this for $2,500, throw it up for $39.98, and you would sell this no problem. A Honda with 130,000 miles, that's an easy flip all day long. And most of you know it. Second part of the tire shine point is trim. So Escapes are a common one where they have all this plastic trim. There's some other SUVs, and this is actually going to come into our third point, but we'll stick to the trim and the tires. Avalanches, of course. Now, this is going to be incredible. Look at this one, exact same vehicle, and look at what we have. So this one absolutely looked like this when we got it in, and other than basic recon and cleaning, whatever, all we did was go around the entire trim and the tires with this tire shine that I showed you. That's it. I mean, that's all that is to make that much of a difference in a car wash. And obviously this car, you see that picture, it's like, it's not really a nice car. But then, you see this and it's like, wow, that is clean. And look at, I mean, it adds a deep black shine. And they make trim shine products, but if you use tire shine, it lasts for a few weeks. I mean, it's not going to go away. And if it does, just add some more. It's cheap. So, I mean, look how nice this looks. In addition to, I take my outside pictures in portrait mode, which makes the colors pop. And, if you go from this to this, that immediately sells the car for $1,000 higher than what this is in the dirt. And, it's easy. It's no problem to go out there and buy a $5 bottle of tire shine. Now, the third and most, other than the trim, the most dramatic difference that we see in transformations is this little hand buffer. I bought this on eBay a while back for I got mine for like $125 used, but this thing is amazing. We use it to buff headlights. This is key, especially foreign headlights, Japanese. So Hondas, Toyotas, and Nissans, in addition, Honda and Acura, Toyota and Lexus, Nissan and Infiniti, they have the most dramatic improvement for headlights when they're yellowed over or phased over. Within literally 30 seconds, you can make the headlights look like new. Now, like domestic cars, Ford and Chevy, they're a little bit harder. Sometimes they don't buff out as well. But, sometimes you can break out the 2000 grit sandpaper and sand those down. Same with Dodge. Now, BMW and Mercedes, they are, they'll usually buff up pretty well. But that's all we do. We take this. I bought this buffer. And this little yellow 3-inch pad right here, that's the one that we use to buff with. It's just a little buffing pad. And then we also use this 3M rubbing compound. It's for buffing cars, and a lot of professional body guys use it. But it's there's 3 stages. You want to use stage 1 because it's the roughest and it cuts. Stage 2 and 3 are to make it shine, which aren't going to matter for the headlights. And at $44 a bottle, you only need one, and this will last you for. My first bottle lasted me for 2 years. Now that we're doing 50, 60 cars a month, a bottle will last me for like 6 months. But easily worth the money. $44 for this, plus, you can get one of these for probably $150 used, $100, and it's absolutely worth it because you can carry it around. You can take it out to the, wherever you're going. And in addition, if you're gonna buy this little tool, you might as well also buy this impact and drill set that uses the same battery. I have them, and they're awesome. I love to use them for door panels, doing like light work, stuff that I don't feel like carrying a heavy tool bag around. The batteries last for a decent amount of time. They recharge in like 30 minutes. But yeah, it's awesome. We use all 3 of these tools every day. This headlight buffer, these 2 little drills, and this compound. They're amazing. And I'll actually show you a G35 that we recently did. I mean, it's this dramatic of a difference. That's not a gimmick. That is about less than a minute's worth of buffing. And I'll make a tutorial video on how to buff headlights pretty well. But essentially, it's just like, 2 small lines of rubbing compound on the headlight. You slowly rub it into the headlight, and then you buff it at full speed for about 15 seconds. Going back and forth over the headlight, and they'll turn out way better. And you take a car from this to this, and the first impression of a car is going to be its headlights because it's in the front. It creates a very professional looking car. It looks nice. And I'll show you some more other ones, some more other vehicles that you can see before and after headlights. And the older Chevys, they work pretty well as well, like these Malibus. That's a Honda or an Acura. That's an Acura. There's all these fancy kits, but this will make 99% of cars look better. This little Civic right here, I mean, this is how dramatic of a difference that 30 seconds to a minute with this buffer will make, I promise. And in addition, you can use the buffer to get light scratches and paint transfer from bumpers off. And I'll show you an example. So, a lot of times you'll see like a black bumper with some white scrapes on it. Like, yeah, this right here. The buffer will usually get most of this off. That's one less thing for people to complain about, and it takes you 30 seconds to a minute to, get it off. Now, here's an example. Obviously, the black on the bumper is missing paint, but this yellow right here, that'll all buff off, and it'll minimize the effect of people seeing this. So, it won't be as bad to see like a little black spot versus all the yellow. So that's an example we use it for. When you got, like say, little scratches and stuff, it usually comes right off here. This would be an example where, it's just an old. So I wish I could see the whole car, but I think this is a Chrysler Sebring, and first 2 things, these headlights will buff right out. They'll clear right up. All this paint transfer will buff off. And if those are the only 2 things wrong with the car cosmetically, I mean, that adds a ton of value just immediately. And then you throw in some tire shine, clean it up. Your car is worth way more just because of how clean it is. So that's my 3 tips for the day. All things that we do every day, and we see it work all the time. So this is Anthony with Pro Dealer Secrets, and we'll see you on the next one.